Morning. Time is, gosh, but it's a bit scary. Time is, I don't know, what time is it? 4:38 in the morning. I left the house at 1:30 this morning. No, quarter to two. Got into the yard about 2:25 past 2. Card in at 2:30. And on the docks for 3 o'clock. So I'm now at Randoms. I've just had a 45-minute break because where I'm going takes nearly an hour to get round the docks and from the yard, and it's about 3.5 hours drive now, and so obviously I wouldn't have enough time it would be tight, so I'd take a break now. I haven't got to be there till 9, so I've got bags of time. I've got an hour in hand, so I'm going to get up to where I'm going, which is up in deepest darkest Suffolk, Norfolk border-ish area, and then hopefully I'll get out there with an hour to spare, have a 45-minute break before I need to mooch on in for 9 o'clock. And yeah, so fantastic weekend. You've got glare off my glasses here. Fantastic weekend. Went up to Preston to see my daughter, and loved every minute. Bit of dad and daughter time, which was really nice, even though she's 28. She's still my little girl. So anyway, I'll speak to you all later on. Speak to you later. Find the button to turn this off now. It's around here somewhere. There you go. Cheers. Hello. It's time is it? Time we got going. That's what time it is. Time now it is. Radio's on, turn the radio off.
There's 11-minute congestion on M3 in 1 mile.
Well, it's telling me there's congestion on the M3. We're nowhere near the M3 because we're on the M. No, we're not. We're on the A11. I'll try and get out of here. Set all my settings up. We're ready to rock and roll. Right, let's go. Straight out. Okay, so story so far. Where did I leave you? I don't know, Randoms I think, wasn't it? Yeah, Randoms. I left Randoms and I got there. And I was so tired, I just needed to pull in and have a break. I was just so tired. The weekend really took it out of me. So what happened at the weekend? I hear you ask. Well, I went up, we dropped number 2 daughter at Nottingham Uni after the Easter break. And then we went up to see number 1 daughter at Preston. It was her birthday. She was the tender age of 28, and she didn't know we were coming, so we were surprising her for her birthday. We knew that she was working on Saturday. She runs a sports and social club, and keeping an eye on the directions here. That's all right. Yeah, she runs a sports and social club, so we arranged with her partner, her fiance, to meet at the club, and we did, and she was somewhat surprised, and in a nice way as well. which was quite funny because a few years back when she was working in Spain, her mother flew out and they videoed her reaction, and she had the look of horror on her face. I didn't get the same reaction, so that was brilliant. Yeah, it was quite funny. So anyway, yeah, so I was a little worried. Needless to say, we had a fantastic, a good evening at her club. Then we had a day in Lytham St Anne, which is a lovely little town. Kira did some retail therapy because there's some shops that she knows of. There's one particular shop in Lytham St Anne that she wanted to go to. It's a closed shop, and all the way through, it's like a boutique-y type clothes shop that she likes. And she found them at the beginning of their success story has been COVID lockdown, because before that they were a small independent boutique-y type shop selling women's clothing and accessories, and they were tickling along, and then they started doing once a week like a live show of modelling. You know, the girls in the shop were all modelling the clothes, and it blew out of all proportion. It is a real success story. And Kira said, "Oh, it's just down the road. Can we go?" Of course we can. So she ended up buying, I don't know, a couple of dresses, and tops, and shoes. Well, I'll rephrase that. I treated her just to get the good husband bit in. So at the moment, I can do no wrong. I am right up in the good books. So that worked out really well. And then we met up. We went because Emily was my daughter was working the afternoon, Sunday lunchtime till early evening. So we went and picked her up from her work around 6 o'clock, 5:30, and we went to her house. First time we've been to her house. She's got a new house, so we went to that. And then we all went out for dinner to where her fiance works, at a place called Fat Sam's in Leyland, which I must say cooked a really good steak, and inexpensive. There's no way I could get what I had in there for the price I had down where I live. It would be double the price. You know, you just couldn't do it. I paid £3.70 for a pint of Stella. Now, I don't know about you, wherever you live, but £3, last time I bought a pint of Stella for £3.70 where I live, I think it must have been about 20 years ago. It's just unheard of. £3.70. I bought a round of drinks. Well, a round of drinks. I bought 2 pints and a bucket of wine for Kira, because she drinks wine by the bucket. And it was like 11 quid. 2 pints and a massive glass of wine for 11 quid. I said, I think you got that wrong. I think you must have missed a drink off. She went, no, that's right. What, 11 quid? Yeah. Right, okay. Blimey. Now I can buy a glass of wine for the gorgeous Kira, and it cost me 11 quid. Then we went out to a restaurant for a meal on Sunday night, and Kira said, oh, I may as well buy a bottle tonight. I said, yeah, normally you'll sink a bottle of wine, no problem at all. And it was, I can't remember what it was now, but it was ridiculously cheap. I think we'd become raging alcoholics if we lived up here. Up there, Preston and Leyland area. It was, and I like the city of Preston. And we stayed in this lovely hotel of Winkley Square. It was Winkley Square Hotel actually. And if you're ever up that way and you need to stay somewhere, that's the place to stay, because it's 5 minutes walking into the town centre. It was just really nice hotel. absolutely spot on, and the staff couldn't do enough for you. It was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, really enjoyed it. We had a fabulous weekend. It was I was knackered driving back down yesterday. I was really tired, so I got back last night. I got back yesterday afternoon about 3 o'clock, 3:30. Basically got in, unpacked the bags, had a cup of tea, and I fell asleep for 2 hours. I slept for just over 2 hours. I was shattered. And then goes on here. And then got up, we had tea. And went back to bed again. I was in bed for 9. Because I was up at the ridiculous hour of 1:15 this morning. It's absolutely barking mad. 1:15 Still want to be a trucker? 1:15 after bank holiday? Oh. Onto the docks, box off, box on. Head east. Come on then, overtake me, because I can't do anything here. I'm stuck behind this Lithuanian. So as you can see, I decided to record. Now, I had a bit of a chat with the gorgeous Kira over this, and done a little bit of research. And it would appear that I'm doing absolutely nothing wrong by doing what I'm doing, which is pressing the record button before I start and then just leaving it until either I have a stop, break, or stop for whatever reason and turn the engine off, or I've run out of battery. Now I know at the moment, let's get past this man here. Now I know at the moment is that we've got the little divots in the ground there, the train tracks. I know that I'm going to get there before I run out of battery today, so you're all the way in until I get there. And I'll pull over, turn the engine off, press the stop button, done nothing wrong. So that's how that's going to work. Back in the train tracks, in the groove. There really are grooves in the road along here. You can't really see them. Oh, maybe you can. It's starting to rain. So I hope you weren't being focused in then on some raindrops. Queuing up to get into the petrol station. What's all that about? Oh. Mile-an-hour limit. So we are just on the A11 now, northbound. And it's been an uneventful journey up. It was no issues whatsoever. I was just really tired, and I had to pull over. So as soon as I got off the motorway there on the M11 and went into the A11, I think it was the second lay-by I found, and just pulled in, dived in, and got my head down for half an hour. Oh dear, I feel better for it. I'm okay, I'm good to go now. But yeah, I was tired. So we have plenty of, which is, you know, that's why I leave the time I did. It just gives me that wiggle room that if I need to stop, I can stop and I won't be late, because I don't like being late. But half the time, as you know, I am, due to fuckwittery. You know, I've got no control over that. Or it's because of, you know, the legal time that I have to start means that I'm guaranteed to be late before I even put my card in. There's nothing I can do about it. But I'm glad I stopped where I stopped, because all the bloody lay-bys are shut here, look. Where am I coming off? Not yet. So after this, I'm going down to London Gateway. And from London Gateway, I've got no idea where I'm going. So, yeah, that'd be the Mars job. But today it's taken care of by going up here. And well, it depends how long it takes to tip. If it's a quick tip, then I'll be, you know, if it's any more than a couple of hours here, then I'll be getting to London Gateway, and that'll be me for the day. But if I get down there, I might be able to get this box off, but we'll see. I'm doubtful I'll get a box on, unless it's a half-hour tip and I'm away, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So apologies, there has been a bit of a gap obviously between me recording and now. I didn't get any videos done at the weekend, so I don't know what I'm going to get done this week. Depends how tired I am, because I don't have a inverter in here, so I can't run my laptop. Well, I can, but it'll only last for as long as the battery lasts, which is about 45 minutes to an hour. So I'll probably get everything downloaded onto my laptop, and then that'll be it. Then the
after 1.2
fun stop.
miles,
That'll be it.
take the exit 38A11 towards Thetford.
Thetford. A11. That's where we're going. Both sat navs singing off the same hymn sheet. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. What did you get up to? Anything nice? I had a request played out on the radio. Cheers, Peter. Oh, look what this bloke doing here. I see you sit in that lane and do 40 mile an hour. Yeah, I had a request played out. So thank you very much, Peter, on North Cotswolds Community Radio on the Cooler section.
After half a mile,
The radio show's called The Cooler
38A11 towards
on Friday
Thetford.
night, and I requested Hotel California by the Eagles. But not only did I request the song,
38.
but I requested that A, you don't talk over it, and B, you play it in full to the very last dying ember of the song, which Peter did. So thank you very much. There is a story behind requesting it played all the way through. I
After
don't,
3/4 of a mile, keep right.
when a song's been, when a really, really good song like that is played over, like a classic song is talked over at the end, it winds me right up. And I was listening when I lived up in Scotland. The radio station played Hotel California, and they talked over the last half.
After half a mile, keep right.
So I phoned in, ranting and raved, and wasn't very complimentary about the way that they handled and played that song. And as a result, they sent me 2 cinema tickets. which restored my faith, and yeah. So that was yeah. So when I request a song, got to be played in full. I don't like it when you start chipping songs off.
Follow A11 towards Norwich for 5 miles.
Okay. 5 miles till we hit a roundabout. Chippenham? What, Chippenham down our way? Didn't know there was another Chippenham. Or did I know there was another Chippenham? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Why would you... This is the other thing. Towns with the same name. It nearly tripped me up once. I nearly got caught out. When I was in the army and I got a leave pass back, they used to write you out a pass that you could exchange at the local ticket office to get a train ticket back home. And they wrote one out for my nearest train station to Shaftesbury, which is where I was going, was for Gillingham in Dorset, which is spelled exactly the same way but pronounced slightly differently to Gillingham in Kent. Well, they're fucking miles apart. And it was only by sheer look that I noticed, because Gillingham, I think, is in Kent is probably more well known than Gillingham in Dorset. And they just automatically wrote me one out for fucking Gillingham in Kent, which wouldn't have got me anywhere near home. But up to that point, I didn't even know there was a Gillingham. But my question is, how to complicate things and confuse people? I know, let's name 2 separate towns, opposite ends of the country, with the same name, because that's going to work, innit? But there's quite a few places that share the same name. It's like, of all the names you could have called it, and you go, oh, I know, let's call it the same name as that other place down the road. Yeah, because that's a popular name. Fuck's sake. I don't get that. Freckenham. We go by an RAF base up here somewhere, I think, in a minute. Begins with an L. I'll think of it. I'll probably see the signs for it as well. Well, I think we do. Got 11 miles to go. It's got to be round here. I'm sure it's round here somewhere. Is it going to brighten up today, or is it just going to stay cloudy like this? I'd like to see a little bit of blue sky, but I don't mind it staying like this because it stops me from being blinded by the sun. Although I'd like to see a bit of sunshine and some blue sky. This is a bit more comfortable to driving. The place I'm going to is on an industrial estate, so it should be fairly easy to well, I know more or less where it is by looking on Google Maps, so hopefully it'll be okay to get in and out of. We'll find out when we get there. Should be about 15 minutes. Whoa, what's going on here? Wacky races. Oh, I didn't tell you. A34 on Friday. I was heading back down from Newbury. Now, under normal circumstances, I'll sometimes put the camera on when I come out, and I was overnighted in Newbury services. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I was leaving at about 3, so it was about I think the actual time was 3:42. Was the time that the accident was reported. I'm driving down the road, driving down this long hill. I was roundabout for a minute. And I see the flashing lights in the lay-by. And I thought, looks like a lorry. Yeah, he's got his lights on, flashing lights. But then I saw, just ahead of him, there's another set of flashing lights. Car. And I thought, is he in the lay-by? No, I don't think he's in the lay-by. I better move out a bit. So there was nothing behind. Well, there was a truck behind me, but he was a little way back. He did catch me up, but I'll talk more about that in a moment.
Mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, a 1065, towards Brandon.
So I'm barrelling on down. Thought I'd ease off just a fraction. That's okay, you know. He's there. The car's sort of half on the verge, half. I couldn't see what was wrong, whether he broke down or he'd hit the lorry. I couldn't work out what was going on. I thought, well, wherever's happened, I've got plenty of room to get through. Well, so I thought. And I was only on dip beam. And I looked and I went, fucking hell, there's some debris in the road right in front of me, so I better move over to the right hand side of the road, sharpish. So I swerved over to the right so that I wouldn't...
And take the second exit, a 1065, towards Brandon.
Wouldn't hit the road, wouldn't hit the debris. Swerved over to the right. Oh, I've been all round here before. Round here to the left now. Oh yeah, Lake and Heath. Oh, look at the traffic on the way back. That's not good.
Follow a 1065 for 8 miles.
So I swerved quite sharpish to move over to the right, and the bloke behind me followed me. And there, right in front of me, was fucking huge. It was like the size. The only way I can describe it was metal, and it was like the size of a double wardrobe, laid flat on its back in the road. It wasn't a wardrobe, but it was like a big tray of metal, like a big tray of sheet metal. So anyway, I fucking saw that straight in front of me. I swerved really hard to the left, and I'm just so glad that I managed to spot it. I swerved to the hard to the left and wheezed me way round, and I thought, bloody hell. The whole wagon was, rocking from side to side. It was pretty far. I'd class that as a real near miss. It was just a real violent turn of the wheel. And I just because the mirror cams on these, you just need to glance to the right, because it's right in your eye line. And I just looked to the right, and the bloke behind me, obviously he swerved to the right to miss, because he saw me swerve to the right. Unfortunately, he didn't react quick enough to swerve to the left and hit it. And I heard the bang bang, 2 bangs in quick succession, and he pulled over straight to the left, and I could see that by this time there was a whole load of cars behind me, and I thought, it's a dual carriageway with nowhere to pull over, no hard shoulder, and I thought, I can't stop here because I'm just going to be part of the problem. And he pulled over, I saw him put his 4 ways on, and then I saw another car, another set of vehicles, and everything sort of come to a stop, and I thought, well, he's obviously hit it, blown his tyres out, and he's caused, chaos behind him, and everyone's come to a stop. Okay, not really an issue then. So I thought, well, that's it. There's nothing I can do. Everyone looked all right. The lorry was parked on the lay-by. The car was parked halfway up onto the verge. Everyone's fine. So on I go. And then I go on the docks, come off the docks, get fuel, go back up the road. About 3 hours later, and the road's shut. And I was like, fucking hell, what's going on here? Oh, it's that accident. And I looked across, right, because everything was going fairly slow as I went by it. Whoa, bumpy. And, what are you doing? And, it was, I still couldn't fathom out. I could only see 2 lorries and the black car there. Oh, and another car as well. Another car had joined it. So I was like, oh, I don't quite get, I don't understand what happened. But I looked at the lorry that was parked in the lay-by, and all down his right-hand side, because he was parked up in the lay-by, was like missing. It was all bent and twisted and battered. You know, something had like run down the side of it, and I thought, well, who did that? Because there's only a car that's parked. There are 2 cars that are parked up. Well, 1 car that was parked. When I went down, there was only 1 car, but there was 2 cars on the way back. And I thought, I don't understand. And where did that debris come from? Because it didn't come off the truck. And so I couldn't just fathom any of it together. I couldn't work out what had happened or how it had happened. Could not fathom it out. So anyway, I got back that night. Well, as I went back down the A34 to finish off, I could see there was a fucking great gap in the hedge that looked like a truck had gone down through it. It's like, what? So the plot really thickened at that stage. I could not work. I couldn't for the life of me. So this is Lake and Heath on the left. I could not fathom out what. You're 40 mile an hour limit as well. I just couldn't work out, and there was no sign of the lorry into the it was the golf driving range. I could not fathom it out. So anyway, I got back. I was talking to a mate, and he said, yeah. He said, what happened was there was a Royal Mail truck that had gone through the hedge. I went, right, okay. What, did he hit the truck then? Because that would explain why the truck was all beat up as high as it was, up to the cab roof. He says, yeah, I think he must have. But how did that happen? Well, I then later looked on Twitter, and the police had put a report out saying, yeah, the road was closed because the first car that was involved, hit the lorry, which then careered into the parked lorry. He had nothing to do with it. He was parked up for the night. The poor bloke in there was asleep and got hit. RAF 48th Fighter Wing, the Liberty Wing, RAF Lake and Heath. There we go. And yeah, he was just minding his own business, having a night's kibble. All of a sudden, somebody tried to kill him. Well, you know, not intentionally, but fucking hell. That's how dangerous it is to sleep on the side of the road. You know, you got hit through no fault of his own, other than parking at the wrong place at the wrong time. Sure, I can hear jet engines. So anyway, it transpires that the bloke in the black car, the car that I saw, has been prosecuted for drink driving. He hit the Royal Mail truck, which then careered off the road and then hit the parked vehicle and then took himself off down through the hedge. Luckily, nobody was injured, but that could have quite easily been a totally different matter. And the truck behind me hit the debris, took out his front wheel and his drive wheels, and took the front quarter of his truck off, uninjured, but he managed to put it in the stop because I saw that in the mirrors. And then a car following that truck hit the debris as well and smashed his car up. No injuries. But there is a but to all of this, and that's tailgating. If the lorry behind me hadn't have been right up my arse, because he was, because I'd slowed down a little bit, not maybe as much as I should have, but I couldn't see that there was debris on the road. And yeah, he hit me because he didn't give himself enough wiggle room to get out of trouble, because he was right on my arse. I moved over and he didn't, and he hit the debris, and that's the resulting damage. No, silly. You know, it's like, give yourself some room. Right, so that on my left was RAF Lake and Heath. Big old place there. So we're nearly there. God, they've got plenty of speed limits around here. There's a viewing area apparently. Around here somewhere. Rumble strips don't seem to be doing a lot of rumbling. No. Stay green, stay green. Still in a 40. That's okay because I'm turning right in a minute. So I get into the industrial area, then I'll turn you off. Can you hear that? Fighter jets. They're off somewhere. Wonder where. A vegetable packing plant. Okay. Sounds like there's more than one. I can't see them. I'm just going to pull in here a second. And then I can turn you off because I'm going to be turning right in a minute. So there you go. Stopped. Handbrake on. You can hear the end. You can hear the jets. Anyway, you can just about hear the jets. Anyway, I'll speak to you all later. I'm going to go into this place, tip, and then turn, and then head south again. Speak to you later. Hello. Well. All I can say is there was an immense amount of fuckwittery today. I did do a little bit of recording, but I had a phone call halfway through it, so I've had to ditch it. So this is take 2. I got all the way up there, as you saw, waiting. I got there about 20 to 9, and there was no one there. There was a woman waiting in the car. She didn't even look up at me or even acknowledge that I existed, for fuck's sake, you know. And then 9 o'clock, this bloke turns up, who ends up, I understand, to be the MD, and he goes, "Not sure you're meant to be here." I went, "Oh yeah, why is that then?" And he says, "Well, you picked this box up from Southampton, didn't you?" "Yep." And bear in mind, I was up at Barden, which is near RAF Lakensby, which is in Suffolk. Yeah, Suffolk. And it was, hang on, I wrote it down. Ooh. It was 171 miles away. So I got there, and he said, "Yeah, you're not meant to be here." I said, "Oh, well, this is the address I got, so this is where I am. I can only go with what I've got." He says, no, I think they've made a mistake. Let me go and check. And you come back and he says, no. You're supposed to be in Verwood. I started laughing. I went, Verwood? Yeah. Now, for those of you that don't know or where Verwood is is 33 miles from where I set off this morning. So, I had to go from Southampton up to this Brandon is the name of the place, Brandon in Suffolk, and that was 171 miles. I then had to get confirmation, which eventually got after an hour, to drive then 191 miles to Verwood, which is 33 miles from where I left this morning. you couldn't make it up, could you? So I got here and I was running a bit tight on time. I had a little bit in the bag, but you know, don't like to give too much away. And I said to the lads here, I said, how long is it going to take the tip? And he said, oh, about half hour, 45 minutes. I said, that's brilliant, but I'm a bit tight on time. Any chance I could stay here? He went, yeah, no problem at all. You're the last one in today. We got another wagon in for first thing tomorrow morning. Foreign lad coming in, but he won't be here until tomorrow. I said, brilliant, that's fine then, sorted. So I thought, well, you know, I've done 12 and a half hours and I started at 20 past 2 in the morning. I'm stopping here. So I've managed to get myself into a spot. I reversed back in out of the way, and then within about 10 minutes the bloke who's supposed to be here tomorrow morning turns up. And it was a bit tight getting him in, but I backed him in, and he was fine, absolutely happy with the situation. Didn't mind that I told him I'm out of time, mate. I think he was Serbian, and he spoke English, but it was really bad. But that still, even his bad English was better than my Serbian, which is non-existent. So he got unloaded and disappeared off, and I'm here. So I've had my tea. Chicken madras at a co-op. I walked up to the co-op just up the road there, got my steps in, and got some lunch for tomorrow, so happy days. And I'm about to call the gorgeous Kira and say goodnight to her, because it's 20 to 6. Time for me to go to bed, because I'm up again at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I'm going all the way back up to Radcliffe, the old tea bag factory. I quite like that one. It's a nice long run up. I'll get up there, and by the time I'm up there, tipped, which takes an hour and a half, 2 hours, come out of there, park up in Limerick, I suspect, or maybe I might get a little bit further down the road. It depends. So I think last time I got down to Frankly Services. So we'll just see how it goes. Yeah, see how it goes. Stop somewhere. And that's about it, really. So yeah. Extreme fuckwittery on a different level altogether today. But for the way our company looks at it, it doesn't matter, because they get paid to go up and they get paid to come back down. Regardless of whether it's the right place or not, they still bill the shippers. So, you know, the only people that lose out here is the shippers, and they admitted responsibility and liability that they'd cocked it up. So, you know, don't make no odds to me, don't make no odds to the company. It was a light box. It wasn't particularly heavy. I think it was about 17 tonne. I was getting 11 mile to the gallon, so yeah, no great shakes really. Tomorrow it's a heavy box. I think it's 24 tonne, something like that. It's a good old weight. So that'll slow me down on the hills. But a nice run up to Radcliffe, which is north of Manchester. So yeah, look forward to that. So anyway, I'm off to bed. I'll speak to you all later.